Well, good morning everybody and welcome back for another video. And on today's video we're just going to do some morning chores here and give some updates on how things are going around the land here. So come along, join us for a few little tasks, and but the biggest part, I want to get some updates on how the baby chicks are doing, how the baby bunnies are doing, and like I say, just take care of a couple of odds and end jobs that need to be done here around the land. So it's a beautiful day, sun is shining, wind is at a minimum, so I can actually be outside and talk to you a bit. But you know, for the most part, I just wanted to come online and see how you guys are all doing, see how you're getting prepared, and you know, show what we're doing in the run of a day that maybe you could get the motivation to do yourself as well. So I don't think it's going to be too hard, and that's what I want to show you, is that this is all doable on a regular, you know, urban style lot, you know, semi-urban style lot, and what we're doing in our lives and what we're doing to increase our food security and you know, a little bit of preparedness for what's going on in the world right now. So come along and I'll give you an update. So we'll head in the house there now and I'll show you how the baby chicks are doing, and we'll keep on going from there. Let's see what this video turns into. Hopefully it's a bit of fun. First thing, the chickens have already been let out this morning and they're just chilling around the house here, foraging and catching a bit of shade, staying out of the hot sun. And this is our original 4 hens, and they've been doing great. Now one thing is, one of the white ones, one of the leghorns, I'm not sure which one it was, but they did have a lash egg the other day, probably 2 days ago now. So I was a little bit concerned on how they might be doing. You know, we got 2 pretty much healthy white eggs this morning, so hopefully everything is okay. I put apple cider vinegar in their water, and so far so good. That apple cider vinegar sure seems to work some magic sometimes. So that was my first line of treatment, and hopefully it does the trick. But I say this leghorn here is quite active, whereas this one's kind of facing eyes into the corner. Alright, she's a little bit reclusive, but hopefully she's feeling okay. Hey, how are ya? I say, if you don't own chickens yourself, you really need to consider it. Like, these are sweet little animals. Right, they're such fun to have around. They give you nice eggs, protein for your family, add that extra layer of food security, and they're just a pleasure to have around. And they fertilize your land while they go around and forage. Right, even under our step, this used to be covered in weeds under the patio here, and you can see that they've just kind of tilled the soil and scraped up the weeds. They got a nice job done of it, actually. Alright, so yeah, let's go on in the house there now and give you an update as to how things are going inside. The sun is shining. Alright, so welcome into our house, and you've seen inside here before, but here's our hamster cage. This is where our hamster Sugar lives, and you'll notice that I've made this little cage top, and that was because Sugar made it out of the cage and into our walls. Sugar was in our walls for about 48 hours, and when she finally came back for food when she got hungry, and I had to make sure that she wasn't going to get out again after that, because she was inside the kitchen wall, which is, right, you take from here, right, our back door, fridge. Now remember, this is real life, we live here, so don't mind any mess. She was all the way over here in this corner, and we used to be able to hear her behind that wall outlet. So she made it all the way in the walls over there, and thankfully she came back. We set up a few bucket traps, which never worked. It's just me and my wife were watching TV, and we heard her picking at the bags and stuff over here. She had returned home for some food. So we caught her, got her back in here, and made this cage top. And we actually lay a little weight on this, because what she does, she gets on top of the waterer, and then reaches up and pushes on the ceiling, and got out over this lip right here, and then went from there. So she's sleeping now, but I do want to include her in this video, so I'll have a quick look. She's probably not going to be too happy. And there's Sugar. There we go. Hello, Sugar. You little sleepyhead. There's Sugar. And she's a sweet little pet to have here as well. So we'll cover her back over. Just wanted to get her in the video. Like I said, this is our family blog, and I like to document what's going on in our house and our family. And Sugar is part of our family. Speaking of family, here's my little lady. Alright, they're excited to be making this update video as well. Yeah, and Mr. Man.
And I got my phone.
Oh, he's got his phone. Alright, so over here is where we set up our chicken brooder. And again, you see another top that I made just yesterday, actually. Because these chicks are feathering out, and they're able to fly up onto the side of the brooder. So I had to make another cage top to keep them contained. So I'll take that off. And we'll have a look at our little chickies. Alright, so they're all doing great. We did have one issue, and that's with our, I think this, I'm trying to remember now. I think it's a barred Plymouth Rock. And, because this one is a black sex link.
I'm pretty sure that's the robar.
That's the robar, yeah. So we got names, and so maybe the kiddos can show us what names we got for these little chicks.
So the blackest one is Wolfie. And then the black and white one is Ozzy. And then the brown one is, if I remember, it's Rosie.
Yeah.
And then the white and the black one is Dorothy.
Yeah, and then the final white one
Is Blanche.
Blanche. Alright, so anyone of my generation would probably recognize some names. So it is Rosie. We call her as a nickname, but her real name is Rose. Alright, so let's see if any of you can pick it. We got Rose, Dorothy, and Blanche. Alright. So if you don't recognize those names, those are from the Golden Girls. So we got our Golden Girls. But the biggest issue we've had is, unfortunately, with Ozzy. If I can catch him. There you go, little miss. You get Ozzy for me.
Don't pet me. Here, Ozzy.
Alright, and it's quite unfortunate, but Ozzy has had a splayed leg. And I'll put him down on the floor here so you can see him. See her. Alright, now the floor is a bit slippery, but the splayed leg is her right leg. Oh my. Alright, so there's her splay leg. Her right leg is splayed. And we've tried hobbling it. I've tried taping it. But as you can tell, it's really off to the side. And I've considered calling her. But as a family, we've decided to let her have a chance at life and continue on. She doesn't seem to be in any big discomfort, and she does make it to the food and water. So we are giving her a chance to live her life. But you know, if there there was any sign of her being in any big, discomfort or pain or anything inhumane, I would feel, obliged to call her and put her out of her misery. So it's unfortunate that ended up going that way. I don't know if it's a splay leg or a broken leg. Maybe she jumped off of the mother hen or what happened, but anyway, she ended up with an injured or deformed leg. So, but she's growing and eating, drinking okay, and we'll continue to have her as part of our family while she's still making it on her own. And hopefully she makes it, from here on out. We'll see.
Can I say something?
Alright, so here's the rest of our chicks. Like I say, got the water put up on blocks because they kept kicking shavings into it. And the feeder, I'll get that changed out now shortly as well. That's full of wood chips.
And it's also a bit empty.
And it's a bit empty too, that's right. Okay, so that's our chick update and hamster update. So we'll head outside now, start doing a few chores, especially up in the bunny coop, where we have baby bunnies to check on. And Mr. Man is obsessed with his phone. And they love playing Roblox. Alright.
And also we have Robux gift cards. And also I think I know how this play leg happened.
Yeah.
When we first got the chickens were pulling on their legs.
Yeah, they were pecking at each other's legs when we first got them, weren't they? They might have hurt Ozzy. Alright, let's head on outside now. Alright, so here we are back out in the sun again. Alright, got my two little helpers with me. They'll be helping me do the chores today. And I just wanted to walk over. Oh my god, I think I'm going to need sunglasses before this is done. But I just want to show you our new swings did arrive for the swing set. So I'm just going to show you now how that turned out. The kids have been loving their new swing set. And I especially feel better now that we got rid of the old rope swing. Ooh, there we go.
I liked it more with the other rope swing.
You liked it with the other rope swing?
Yeah.
Well, we got chain swings now, so I feel a lot more secure having the kids swinging higher, and definitely that old dry rotted rope has been eliminated from the equation.
And also me and my sister are going back and forth at the same time.
Yeah, you guys are synced up pretty good.
I think we're losing each other's thing.
Yeah, you're separating a little bit, that's alright.
We're going opposite. We're going opposite.
And I do have a trapeze bar that's going to go in between those swings, but I'm waiting on the bolts, the attachment bolts for that. Alright, so let's head on down to the bunny coop, out of the wind.
I'm just going to do this.
Yeah. Whoa, big jump. Alright, good job. Good dismount. No trouble to hear Rufus this morning. Nice and loud, little rooster. Now before we get to the bunny coop, let's actually just go over sideways to the garden real quick. Hello, Rufus.
Yes. Good morning.
Good morning, Rufus. Alright, little garden update.
And we do have a strawberry that's starting to get red.
Yeah. So this is our strawberry and asparagus bed. You can see our asparagus have been doing great, and we got a couple of meals worth brought in the house. And strawberries are starting to come out and be ready. We're almost at a ripeness point anyways. Alright, so that's our strawberry and asparagus, and we got mixed veggies and fruit here between tomatoes and broccoli and zucchini and corn. They're doing great.
And also I see Dobby lying down in the brooder.
Yeah.
There might be eggs in there and she's lying down on some.
Yeah, Dobby's after getting a bit broody. That's our silky hen. She's been broody lately, lying on the wooden eggs. Alright, and then we got our peppers and tomatoes and cucumbers. All doing well. Some lettuce there.
And also the
And
hottest
onions.
pepper on them.
Yeah, there's a hot pepper in there somewhere. Some jalapenos,
Right
I think.
there.
Uh-huh.
Going good.
And this is our direct sow bed. So we got some onion. We started from bulbs. And then we got some spinach that didn't germinate too well in comparison to others. And we got some rows of beets. You can see the 3 separate rows of beets that have been doing well. And I think we had some cauliflower in here. And these are the lettuce direct sows that are starting to come up a bit as well. Alright, so that's our garden. Alright, so far so good. Alright, now let's head over to the bunny coop. There we go. So, I don't know if you could remember, but there used to be 2 does down on the ground here. We got them moved up into enclosures. Because they were just digging holes everywhere. And so we didn't want to have that right now.
They need their water filled up too.
And we'll fill up their water and everything now, yeah.
Aww,
Alright, so let's just go in, give a little update on the baby bunnies. Alright, Mama needs water refill and food refill. So we'll get that down in the garage.
Yeah, so I think the baby's got no food. I think the baby's got no breakfast.
Well, the babies get milk from the mama. So the
I
mama...
think they got no breakfast.
Oh my gosh. Well, we better make sure they gets to breakfast.
Yeah.
Alright, so let me hop over to the side, kiddos, and we'll give an update on these babies. Alright, so there's the mama, Smokey. And here's our nesting box, which has been working out excellent. I'll haul this out my way. And let's have a look at what we got. So we got some babies that are starting to get fur. They're all having a good snooze. Look at that. Got a nice mix of colors in there. Oh, they're very jumpy when you touch them. Look, their ears are even getting bigger already.
Oh my god, they're so cute.
Mm-hmm. Alright, so one thing that we do to make sure that the new mommy is keeping them well fed is we'll take out one. Oh, very cute. And
Like
just look at the belly. Alright, belly looks nice and full. Squirmy wormy. And check another one. Belly looks nice and full.
Can we check one?
Okay, so we got a fine little collection of baby bunnies. Nice and active, full bellies. I'll check this one down bottom, make sure that the one on bottom has been getting fed as well. Oh yeah, good little belly on that one.
It looks like cookie.
Doesn't it? Alright, so we'll fix them all back into the pile. All snoozing away. Here we go. I'll cover them back in. Nice and warm day here today. Should be no trouble for them to stay nice and toasty. And I'll move that back into place. Alright, so that's the baby bunny update. And we'll get some food and water for all the adults. All the big buns. Alright, so let's start some chores now of watering and feeding everybody. Make sure we're all straightened away here. Especially this bottle for Mama. She needs her water. So that'll be first on the list.
So she can get some milk to feed the babies.
That's right. So she needs water to make the milk and feed the babies. And in here we got hot chocolate.
Mama's very low on water.
And in here is, I think that's milky in there.
Wait, let me see. Yeah, there's milky in there. Yep. Yep.
Cream.
That one's cream.
And cream is over here.
Because that's the one with the slit ear.
And the reason why I have the doughs all spread out now as well, even though lemon is in there, I tried putting milky in here with lemon and cream, and immediately they started fighting. And me, being not so smart probably, tried to break up the fight, and I got a fine bite almost immediately, and that was quite a nasty cut that was bleeding for quite a while. So finally starting to get on the healed side of things now. No more bleeding at least, so we'll let it dry up and heal. But that happened so fast you would not believe. Like I said, it was like the rabbits were operating on a different time speed than me, because it was, I thought I was being quick. They were a lot quicker. And just quick nip right into my finger. So that's why I always stress with the kids, keep hands away from their faces. And now we know, do not interrupt them with your hands when they're fighting. You got to use a stick to break them apart or something.
And also, this is bunny fur, and how did this bunny fur get right there?
I don't know.
I have no clue.
Alright, so I'm going to go and get the tripod, get you guys set up. We'll do the chores of food and water. And I may clean out the chicken coop as well while we're here, so get that all tidied up as well. There you are, folks. That's our rabbit hutch hallway. Got my good 2 little helpers here today helping me. Helping their old man. Alright, so we'll be right back. Get all this topped up and maintained. Alright, so first of all I'm just going to top up my food carrying containers. Rabbit pellets. Should be enough. And now I got my chicken layer feed. I think this is 16% layer feed. That's what we have here. Time to get another bag of this. Okay. So let's head on up to the coops and we'll start topping up the feeders. so that is the morning chores done. You know, food, water, all topped up for all the animals. And I would have topped up the chicken water as well, but that still has a good dose of apple cider vinegar in it right now. And so I just got the dirt out of the lip of it, and we'll let the rest of it continue to run through so that the chickens get a good dose. Which seems to be doing them well so far. Alright, fingers crossed. Anyways, I noticed, you may have noticed I brought down the old tote that we used as a rabbit house back at the beginning of owning rabbits. Now that I got all the bunnies moved up into the rabbit house and the rabbit hutches, I can finally bring the waterer and the old tote and everything back down here. And eventually I'm going to rake out the ground in there, even it all out right nice, put down some wood chips, and ideally just keep the ground clear of rabbits and keep rabbits up in the house and the hutches from here on out. The only thing I would be doing is just shoveling out the waste and using that as fertilizer. Alright, so that's that. Next on the list, it's getting quite hot out there now, but I think as long as I just go slowly and surely, I can get the rabbit, not the rabbit house, but the chicken coop, get that cleaned out now. So I'm going to throw some supplies into the cart, and we'll head on up there and clean out the chicken coop real quick, and that'll be done for another while as well. It's not bad. It's not getting dirtier because the chickens are outside all day long now during the summer, and they're doing their business outside. They just kind of go in, jump up on the roost, and go to sleep, and then first thing in the morning they're back outside again. So if I get it clean now, it should stay clean for a decent amount of time throughout the summer. So that's what I'm going to do now. I'll get some supplies and we'll head on up there. Alright, boys and girls, brief little interlude here in amongst the cleaning. I have decided that I'm going to give the chicken coop a more thorough cleaning today. I haven't done it in 2 years since I built the chicken coop, and it's a beautiful day. It's hot. It should be good for drying the coop out. So what I'm going to do is use my new Spider power washer, water pressure washer, and give it a good scrub down. Again, I'm going to use the Shackley H2 concentrate. I think it's just Shackley H. I don't really know offhand now. But anyways, I'm going to use that same as back in my other video, and I will try to remember to link that video right here, and in that way you can go back and see how I set up and everything, because I'm just going to grab the pressure washer. I'm going to take the extension cord, the hose, all that, go get set up off camera, because you know, we've done enough of those video shots already of setting things up, and we're probably getting up there in time for this video already as it is. So I'll go get that all set up, and we'll try out the pressure washer on the chicken coop. Let's see how it tackles the dirt. And if you go back to the chicken coop build, you'll notice that I built the chicken coop to withstand this type of cleaning. Lots of caulking, lots of glue, paint, you know, all that stuff. So it's about time to try it out, test it, and see if everything that I did worked 2 years later, alright, after 2 years of use. Alright, so the flooring up there, I've left some caked in dirt on that. I'll try to get that with the pressure washer, and basically we'll just see how this goes. So again, hopefully I've already linked the video to the pressure washer review and opening that I did, and that'll show you exactly how I set it up for the rabbit coop. Well, I'm just next door at the chicken coop doing the exact same thing, and I'll meet you up there. Let's see how it goes. Alright, so at this point in time I got the pressure washer all set up. I got a 15-degree nozzle. I'm going to rinse or wet it down, soap it, rinse, and we'll see what kind of result we end up with. Let's go. I would say we got a very good result with the pressure washer. I'm just going to get a separate bucket with a bit of dish liquid and soap, just to give it a once over with a bit of a brush or a cloth there, just to get some of the finer details and some of the last remnants that the pressure washer never got. But overall, I could easily continue and be done right now. But like I say, I want to give this a good deep cleaning, so I'm going to get a brush and some soap, finish this off, rinse it out again, and we'll be ready to let it dry and then put the wood chips back in. Alright, so what I got in here is just some Palmolive dish liquid and a little bit of Lest oil. Alright, so I'm just going to take my brush, take my soap, go in and give it a good scrub down, and we'll rinse it out then after. Nobody said because you got a pressure washer, cleanouts were going to be easy. Alright, I'm going to rinse this out, let it dry, and we'll come back and put in some wood shavings, put everything back together, and this big clean out is done, probably for another 2 years. We'll see. There you go, folks. She is pressure washed, scrubbed, rinsed. She's just got to dry now. And that's about it. I guess it worked, whatever, when I built it. Like I say, I sealed all the cracks and everything. Made it so that it could be drenched like this. And like I say, nice hot day. This is going to dry quite quick. And we'll get the wood shavings and feeder and water back in here, and we'll be golden. Alright, so I'll let this dry maybe a couple hours or so. We'll see how long it takes, and we'll catch you back here when it's ready to be put back in order. Alright, things are dry enough now to get the wood chips put in. So I'll go ahead and I'm going to put a full bag in there now. Alright, Debbie, watch it. And that's another one in the books, ladies and gentlemen. Another day done, another video done. Hope you enjoyed it. Hopefully you enjoyed coming along with me and doing this morning's chores and getting into a bigger job, cleaning out the chicken coop. That between pressure washing it and scrubbing it down, definitely turned into more than I had intended. I only planned on just taking out the bedding, replacing it and being done with it, but especially where that leghorn had the lash egg, I did kind of want to make sure I was ridding the coop of any possible contaminants and giving it a good scrub down. So that is done now at this point. Other than that, like I say, I'm going to go up, probably just pick away at the rabbit coop a little bit of raking and shoveling. Nothing that needs to be captured on video by any means. And I'm going to get out of here because apparently within the next hour or so we are due to get some rain showers, potentially thunder rain showers. So I don't want to have much equipment or anything out if I need to make a hasty retreat if it starts pouring down, you know. So that's the way things are going to be. I've captured most of today. Anything else that's going to happen, very little interest there for sure. Alright, so let's call the video what it is right there. And next video, hopefully next video will be the one we get back at the chicken brooder. Alright, chicken brooder needs to be done. As you saw today, the chickens are getting, the new baby chicks, they're getting feathered out, they're hopping around, they're soon going to be ready to go outside and occupy this brooder outdoors. So that is a project that needs to come to completion as well. Alright, it's all coming to a head, so we'll keep pouring on the pressure. But in the meantime, until that next video happens, thanks for coming again. And until then, hope you're happy, hope you're healthy, take care of each other, and peace out.